It's gonna happen to me. Don't play on your fucking mind. Since it's New Year's, I'm doing streaming on YouTube, so may as well. Hopefully these lives will help out long term. So anyway, so I was gonna be filming in Manly, but well, so but maybe 4 hours to go, and everything to go. But you know, what can you do? You know? But you know, if you want to join on the chat, so I ran into a friend. He distracted me for 2 hours, and then he fucked. I couldn't touch my phone because I was with my friend. I got no footage in New Year's, but that's okay. So since considering it's New Year's, I'm home. I've got no one to talk to. May as well do it. Oh, yeah. But, uh, what to do? But you know what? I'm there. You know? My friend's okay. You know, I gave her some company. But, you know, but who knows? Maybe I'll take some footage. Firework shit. You know, that's what I can do. I can donate some donate some footage to fireworks and then edit it in. I'll do that videoarchive.org. I think it is. Donate it. You know, just fucking do that shit. But see what happens. The fireworks. So, yeah. Live streaming on YouTube. Just texted my friend Randall. But I'm live streaming on YouTube. Because I'm a famous YouTuber, yes. Streaming. Actually, firework sales. Do that. At least you live shit. I'm so disorganized. So sorry for being so disorganized, guys. Shit happens, bro. Still no one's watching, so I still think yeah, like I'm so sorry for being disorganized, but you know what happens when I'm just not frantic, but I'm on that thread of being frantic, bro. So you know, it happens, bro. So I'll be organized one day. But now my fucking mouse isn't working. But you know what stuff I gotta focus on? Quitting smoking, which um that just has to fucking stop. That has to fucking stop. I feel it's not academically like the parents, focus my YouTube have become a better learner. I don't know other shit that I can do. But what other shit I can't think about? Okay, now I'm passing the YouTube links to like socials and stuff. Fucking mouse is not working. Never buy fucking shit mouses, guys. Oh god, my mouse is not fucking working. Buy a new mouse first thing in the fucking morning. Oh, it's gonna be one of those fucking nights. Okay, it's working. So, other things I wanted to show, morality police, I reckon, is going to be a normal thing. Um, morality police. So, this year's been fucking just weird. Just been fucking weird. I've only just been weird. Uh, I don't know what to fucking make of it. 2020. COVID's still floating around, but at least where I live, it seems that no one cares as well. It seems that nobody fucking cares. When they're getting along. The only one is active at the moment. No, Claire, probably busy. Yeah. Nobody else seems to be odd. Probably they are. Uh, else to fucking talk about, man. I should find some fireworks shit. Maybe BJ. Very much just dog. I'm sure she'll love to me watching on YouTube. She'll do a friends by message. Don't really want to fuck off. Oh, it's David. Kids. I think that's his kid. Hey, Greenland. Fuck, man. I still got it. Narrabeen? Oh, is that Narrabeen? Oh, chef owner at Willow Cafe. Willow Cafe, man. Fucking hell. I'm so sorry for being a bit, yeah, like that. It's just, too much coffee and it's just fucking not settled. That's what it is. I'm not frantic, I'm just not settled. That's what's wrong with me, eh? Anyway, so that's what's wrong with me. I'm just not settled. Just not settled. So, like, Manly tonight was fucking packed. There was coppers everywhere. There was police everywhere. There was fucking teenagers everywhere. Fix my teeth. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, fucking hell. YouTube shit there. And yes, I still got the tattoos. They're not washed off, but not washed off in one bit. But I need better light, so gotta wait a few minutes. I'll put a good snack in. That's right. But video down. I gotta learn how to use that because it's just when I view a comic shop in the screen, guys, for example, but I don't know what time it is in New York. What time is it in New York? 4:30 a.m. So that's what time it is. Los Angeles will be a bit behind. Okay, so in New York it's 4:30 a.m. Los Angeles it's 1:30 a.m. Both are December 31st, right? So 3 hours or something. But, that's what it is. Chat is disabled from this last screen. What the fuck? Why is it disabled? I don't get it. Why is it disabled, guys? Maybe because the kids shits on it. I don't know. Check it out. That's so weird. I wish I was better at technical watching. Oh, okay, that's like the kid setting was not I get it. Um, okay, I've worked it out because I put it on the kids shit, and so yeah, I understand. I understand everything. So never forget that. I understand everything. So fucking hell, like this ain't killing people, and like nobody's watching this at all. But that's okay. Ramble and ramble and ramble. So I wonder what people regret this year. Like what kind of lives they've lived. I wonder what people's greatest achievements. Like I said in my blog too, like my best achievement this year in 2022 is reaching 10 years of recovery, drug and alcohol recovery, which is December 12th. It's my recovery date. Drugs, alcohol, sex, and all that shit. I'm still smoking cigarettes, so that's my greatest fucking achievement this year. Actually making it 10 years. I still haven't quit the 12 step stuff. I still do it. So I occasionally Alan on and stuff and shit. But that's the best day of my year. The thing is, you look at the different lives that people live, and I got no idea. I think Sydney, Australia's got 5 million people in it. Compared to the rest of the global cities, that's a small population. But I wish I knew what other people's stuff. I do wish that the time zones between Australia and here was a lot more better. I get that you've got New Zealand, which is they're generally about 2 hours ahead of Australia. I'll put it like this: it, it's they're 2 hours ahead of Sydney, Australia. I'll put it like that to help. So I know Queensland, which is north. Okay, Sydney's here. Queensland's like up north. So, but thinking about the best achievement and best moment in a single year, I do wonder what the flip side of that, what people's fucking worst moment is. So, but anyway, considering that it's New Year's, I would actually uh, share screen and great pilot accident. No, no, yeah, very cool. Earphone. no, that's gonna happen.
That one fell over.
Oh, see that? I heard the
Oh my god, you guys don't play.
Uh-oh.
He's falling over.
Fuck, get down there.
oh,
Look at this dude. Oh. Oh, yo, wildly. Oh. That's not good.
oh. Yeah, stay safe. Nothing else. Just stay safe. If you're in Australia and a bogan wants to watch fireworks, you just think no. Just go no means no and go antichrist. Okay, if you're a tourist, you're here on some sort of visa thing. Just say you're here for the Bible to a bogan. Fucking walk away. No, that's all you've got to do, okay? But that's all you have to do. So, so stay safe. Much play that. Fucking, I like Jeff. Yeah. Like, maybe I should invite her on. I said this, yeah, my friend Jess, her dog just died and she's actually upset about it. So, Bear with me, YouTube. Where is she? Oh, yeah, I've got him. Send her a link. She might want to watch. When? I like this. Right. Yeah, it's my sponsor now, though. Sorry, I get distracted. I'm also not used to live streaming, but I'm talking about worst moments and best moments of people's lives. I wonder what people's hopes are for next year, like tangible stuff. I get the long game stuff, but you know, I wonder what people want in life. I mean, stuff, what people are thinking about now. Share your live stream. Share your mixes and live stream. But, that's not gonna work. Fucking hell, man. I know it takes a lot of fucking shit. I'm not done. Hence why I think there's a PayPal link in the theme above. So that's what happened to things and that. Anyway, that chick that I was with in Manly earlier today, she just threw me the butt. I know. Yeah, I wish I could take the camera around. But, and do fuck knows what with it. Don't so basically don't come shape up on your money. Uh, it's just game watching and fucking music. I'm having a look at some Facebook pages too. But that's what I can do. Put some songs for everyone. Fuck, I'm actually hungry too. Some bullshit. Okay, I better not post anymore. But, no, no, that sucks. Jordan Wood 15. Kate's final words during the arrest. Well, that's how he got arrested, didn't he? Well, that's the thing. Fuck, I'm hungry, so. I wish a bigger fucking avenue fucking audience, but you do, hi. Um, one of these days I'm gonna ride my bedroom too. And do God knows what with it, you know? That's the thing. It's almost 9 o'clock here. It's 8:45 p.m. at this moment. Fucking hell, we're all celebrating a year passing Earth circling the sun. So the sun is here, and the planet. That's what's happening. But I've made no friends this year as well. Actually, no, I made one, but it's still a big, a years. So I'm not gonna say no, but that happens. You know, I really don't want to look at Facebook or anything. I know just people just gonna fucking, you know, and garbage. Well, oh, okay, here. Okay. See if I can do. Oh, the Kindle uploaded the logo. So, down. Background music. Uh, it's background music on it. It's acoustic. Like, no. No. I keep it background bubble dark. Like, default salt, fuck off. Fuck it, and that's alright. Same color. Damage. So, that. Comment. That's
The Matrix has attacked me.
The Matrix is attacking. So that's the thing. Anyway, what the ants want to listen? Calendar. Oh, I spotted. Oh, on the 15. Map is noticing. Features noticing. Maybe I'll do. Well, anyway, yeah, we'll check this out, huh?
When I started my business in 2011, I chose Wix, and it was really because.
Why is the millennium significant, or is it?
Well, which millennium are you talking about? On the Gregorian calendar, we're approaching a millennium. On the Jewish calendar, the millennium is a couple of hundred years away. In the Mayan calendar, we got about 900 years to the next millennium. And the pataphysical cut over 900 years next millennium. So it depends on which calendar you're using. I personally prefer the discourse in 65, so we got 835 years to go to our millennium. I think the idea that there's one millennium, the millennium, just shows the tremendous influence that Pope Gregory still has all these years after his death. The idea that the Gregorian calendar is the one true calendar, that makes people who believe it unconscious papists. I wonder how many of the fundamentalists who are worrying about the millennium realize it's the Pope's millennium they're worrying about. I don't pay much attention to the popes.
How much longer do you see Christianity lasting?
I wrote 3 historical novels in the 1980s, and one of the most disillusioning things I found out was that Voltaire, that paragon of reason and skepticism and caution, Voltaire had a period in which he thought the Catholic Church would be gone in 20 years. That was after they dissolved the Jesuits. Later, they allowed the Jesuit order to reform, but when they dissolved the Jesuits, he wrote an ecstatic letter saying the Catholic Church isn't the Christian virus has been. I don't see any hope of eliminating it in the near future. I just hope for more and more amelioration. Advanced. Prevent.
Oh, yeah. Spirit. Oh, I gotta skip more of the spirit world. It's just what we check out more secular. Subtitles. Cosmic Mysteries, Avatar. Comedy. Crime Jazz. Okay. Don't believe in anybody else's chaos. Really? Coexistence. Reality. Oh, Neil and Matt and come back. Oh, really? Like, we'll see that. And we just talk. Check out the Matrix in a second. But what can you do? Robert Anton Wilson said some great points. Check them out. Prison lecture. I am happy. But anyway, I'm supposed to be fucking celebrating New Year's. So, I'm not in the mood. I can check them out. It's too heavy, too tired. 9 o'clock, so I got 3 more hours to go. New Year's. Which, you know what? Fuck it. Okay. Bye. 9 o'clock here in Australia. Worst music choice, Australia. What was it?
A spectacular show there coming out of the cooling
country.
Fucking hell. Warriors were the 9 o'clock ones in Sydney, Australia. So I don't know what you thought about it. I personally thought it was a safety hazard and that bridge could have set on fucking fire. But around it, it was cool. And I can hear some local fucking fireworks going off, man. Okay, I'm just listening to the fucking. Oh, French's Forest. That's probably where it's from. Fuck. I even forgot about that. Alright. Didn't wear boots. Can I? This is my French hat. My mom's got it. That was my mom. How fancy they stuff. You know. But, what else can I? It's New Year's, so I'm only doing this for New Year's. But, fuck, that looks. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but the fireworks outside is so loud. Like, I'm gonna go fucking fill up my water bottle thing. I'll be back in a jiffy. So, how you doing? Hope you're all getting shit faced, but fucking hell. I'll find some shit to play. What else? More fireworks accidents or what should I play? I'm actually fucking hungry and lightheaded too. Anyway, it's 11 p.m. so I'm gonna be getting into that. But so we've got 2 hours and 50 minutes to go, or 49 minutes. Yeah, to the year 2023. I fucking hate my life because I help better. In the meantime, you know what? I might actually put Matrix shit so if both of us escape the Matrix. But learn about reading calendar, I guess. But, well, should just drop it. Ah. So at the moment, I'm gonna share my link again. See if anyone pops up on it. Oh. What's his name? Info on him. Documentary. Never heard. And Elizabeth Holmes. Oh, I know who Elizabeth Holmes is. At the moment, I'm Googling it. Yeah, Google it. YouTube. The dark reality. Was another part of it. Patrick CC. Yeah, I've heard of Jailbreak. Something like that. Turkey Tom, I've not heard of him. Long game. Captain Pop. Yeah, but Romani has got some five laws. Going back there. And I will. Yeah. CC, because that's the YouTube channel that I'm since
searching for him by Thailand, which is where he currently resides. He gained over followers in a few weeks and doesn't even represent how much dominance he's had over all of social media in the past few months. Why? Well, every couple of years, social media gets introduced to a new self-proclaimed alpha male, red pill finance expert who flaunts his lifestyle and work ethic, who is idolized by a community of other males online. But Andrew is not just a typical phony that's pretending to be something he's not for a little bit of YouTube views and Instagram followers. He really is a multimillionaire. He really is a champion, but he's also accused of being a money laundering mafia ally who runs a global sex trafficking business while selling his Make Money Fast course, dubbed Hustlers University, to his millions of followers. Most videos covering stuff he reviews.
If my chick said I want to do it, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand. All right, give me 8. All right, cool.
Why would what woman is going to give you 8 grand?
Because it's you're my woman. You're doing fans. You're selling my next.
No.
Bewildering ideals to get a rise out of people. Those reactions, whether they're good or bad, lead to more views and obviously fame and followers. A strategy as old as time.
I know exactly what I'm talking about all of the time.
He isn't playing a character. He does believe what he says, but the way he says these things is calculated. You can find hours and hours of he's down and talks about things like, should you have a guy best friend? But I want to go deeper. Where does this behavior come from? Why does he have all these shocking allegations against him? Let's take a look at the dark side of Andrew Tate. Andrew's father, Emery Tate, was described by his peers as somewhat of a superhero. He was a staff sergeant in the U.S. Air Force. He was fluent in Russian, Spanish, German, and English, a martial artist as well. But most notably, he was a chess international master who had many victories.
I don't know if this guy's going to mention it, but I'm going to mention that this guy, his father, worked for the CIA as well today.
Masters, a grandmaster player. To this day, the world is controlled the qualifiers around the world. Unfortunately, chess doesn't pay the bills. Emery was poor. He competed in tournaments and pickup games in the park for money to get to his next location or next meal. He raised his 3 children to think like him. Think of life like a chess match. Every move is calculated, knowing what 1, 2, or even 10 moves will come after that. Emery urged the show the same way. Andrew grew up in Gary, Indiana, notoriously one of the worst places in America. He took a liking to chess. At age 5, he was an Indiana state champion. At 6 years old, he was playing against 3 10-year-olds and winning. Then at age 11, his parents got divorced. His mother moved him and the kids to Luton, England. This is where he would grow up. Living with his mother meant that he no longer split his dad was
Mate, I should buy myself a chessboard.
.15, which became his new passion. Your opponents react to your choice. The biggest fighting is obviously physically demanding and mentally challenging, whereas chess is only mental. Because of his chess background, he was already mentally ready. As he grew tall and strong, he obeyed his trainer and worked to become a 6'4", 200-pound kickboxing mixed martial artist. In the early 2000s, he fought in an MMA league and a kickboxing league. He had a 3-2 amateur record in the MMA Ultimate Warrior Challenge in the UK. In his pro MMA debut, he knocked out Shane Kavanaugh. However, he stuck to kickboxing since he made more money from it. In a National Sport Kickboxing Association career, he lost fights, then went on a 4 consecutive win streak before getting a title shot against Paul Randall in 2009. He won the Cruiserweight Championship in this bout. Then he defeated Daniel Hughes for the IKF Cruiserweight title. But before social media dominated our world, someone like Andrew had to resort to more classic media like radio and TV to get his name out there and promote fights. Around 2009, he explored the world of reality TV. The Ultimate Traveler was the first show Andrew appeared on. The concept was 6 amateur backpackers competing for $12,000 by trying to navigate Indonesian challenges with no knowledge of the country. On this show, it was clear Andrew was the same guy he is now, just not a millionaire.
Me and her have completely opposite trade-offs, and she wants the executive class and you know, and a nice hotel, etc. And she expects me to front that with my travel of the week money, but I'm not going to. Chloe's really broken. She keeps dropping hints, but it doesn't matter how many hints she drops. I'm not going to spend money unless I want to.
His brother Tristan, who had a very similar life path, was on Shipwrecked, an island survival reality show. The two became go-tos in Europe reality TV for producers that needed tenacious and cocky young men. He got a shot at the ISKA World Light Heavyweight title on a 3-day notice against Frenchman Jean Benoit. He lost. His team submitted a video of the fight and demanded a rematch, in which he was granted, and won the second time by knockout in the 8th round, making him world champion for the very first time.
This is Andrew Tate. I am the ISKA Kickboxing World Champion, the ISKA World's Most Amazing Person. Funny, tall, muscly.
By the time he was 27, he had multiple world titles and successfully defended them. He had a number of different fights in different leagues all around the world, such as Infusion Live, IKF, and ISKA.
This is a world title, and this means that I am the best kickboxer in the world. Now, because I'm so cool, I actually have 2 different weights. So while you're best in the world at nothing, you're not even the best in your town at anything, I'm the best in the world twice.
Andrew knew he was losing the love for fighting, but he was clearly worried that his life would spiral out of control if he didn't have enough money to keep him from being bored.
If I had enough money to constantly entertain myself, unless I'm a billionaire, I need something that keeps me focused and keeps me occupied in life.
It was time to build his empire. In 2015, he quit fighting to solely focus on making money. He sat down with his brother Tristan and said, "How can we get rich?" They spent countless hours on YouTube, researching the Federal Reserve, banking institutions, inflation, investing, and how money works. One day, while scrolling through the internet, he saw an ad, "Talk to Live Girls Now," which brought him to a live show you can communicate a woman. He immediately realized the opportunity of creating a webcam business because he conveniently had 6 girlfriends in different countries. Evidently, being a world-class athlete gets women very interested in you, even if you aren't rich. He told them all to fly to London because he had a business proposal. When they got there, they all looked at each other shocked. 2 of them felt betrayed and left. 4 of them heard his business, and only 2 of them stayed. So it was just the Tate brothers and their 2 girls. The girls would do their thing on camera, chat with the men. They had a keyboard that was unplugged. But Andrew would computer off camera and talk in a live chat, pretending to be the girl, things or say things in exchange for money. He said he was generating around $3,000 per day.
And once the girls learned they could do it themselves, then I thought, I need some more chicks.
In order to grow his business efficiently, he needed to hire women who would offer themselves for his service, but not have the ambition or expertise to build a website, run ads to get traffic, and converse with men online, maintain their finances, pay for the internet, and all the overhead that goes along with running an online business.
A cam girl is much more a therapist than she is a porn star. Like, she can make so much money from showing her.
Christmas as well. What can I say? Now, the amount of porn is out there, pre-porn, is unbelievable. I've kind of wrote, in terms of my writings and stuff, I did post that OnlyFans, particularly OnlyFans, leading in the way, is giving away of personalised porn. If that makes sense. So just personalised porn. So you pay whoever to do porn in the way you write it. So
The big money from making these guys like her, being funny, banter.
Basically, he was building what exists on Twitch today in the hot tub section. At his working for him.
Girls working for you like that, the only way with my girls, right?
Downsizing to just 8 women, 4 of which were his girlfriends, and 4 were his brother Tristan's girlfriends, was when they all worked together to make the most money they ever had. Since they were all motivated and, in his words, in love with him, they were able to generate $400,000 per month with his online cam business.
That when a girl worked for me, it was 50-50.
So the girls who loved me and worked for me, my main girlfriends, they'd get probably around 20% of their money. I'd keep 80% of the money they made.
Some people immediately look at this and think, well, he's a pimp. Insinuating that doing
they'll work and they're scared of you and they just work. It's bullshit. I was doing this in London. A girl could have walked out the door any day, called the police on me any day, and they didn't. They wanted to be with me because they genuinely understood that their life was better if they obeyed me.
Olivia, Jesus Christ, I was the second man she ever in her whole life, man. It hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me, so who gives a shit?
Andrew uses strong words like obey me, which is what tends to get him in trouble a lot. His strong diction indicates he is totalitarian and dictator-like. But some people argue that he just speaks as clearly and directly as he can. If he said, "My girls trusted my ambition and leadership," people might not be as shocked. But when you read what he wrote on his website, it insinuates that his girlfriends were coerced into working for him and maybe didn't leave because of fear. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me. Sadly, in 2015, Emery Tate passed away unsuspectedly during a chess match in California. He was 56 years old. May he rest in peace. Now retired from fighting, he needs to occupy his time. He gets invited to do the show Big Brother UK for its 17th season. The format of the show is very similar to a typical reality series. A bunch of contestants in a house. They have to do challenges to maintain a status in the house. One person gets voted out each week until the last person ends with a cash prize. But we all know the challenges are like Regardless, Tate was increasing reach. His social media started growing slowly but surely. Twitter via some business making him rich. The next major business move for the Tate brothers was cryptocurrency.
So I was buying Bitcoin when they were $1,000 with my webcam. Thousands of dollars would be half of what it is if I'd never invested in cryptocurrency. But at the time, I didn't see it as an investment. I was in a world where the people that took it was easier for me to take their crypto than to take big bank payments.
They didn't buy into crypto because they were savvy investors. They insinuated that the business people they were dealing with preferred to use an untraceable and encrypted payment method. Getting filthy rich. Drew casually flaunted his lifestyle on Instagram while being openly supportive of Donald Trump and the MAGA community. He has been seen having dinners and meetings with famous right-wing journalists and politicians. Obviously, this made him a lot of enemies online and became the self-proclaimed king of toxic masculinity. However, he ran into a major problem that almost destroyed his cam business. Tate owned a 10-bedroom house that became the work space for the house.
Put her outside my door.
Her those girls that she was owed, and he didn't. Then 3 months later, at 5, the and phones and opened an investigation. The situation, but it still took him 2 years and $450,000 in legal fees for the case to close and for him to not be charged with any situation which I
One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're idea to do. He
said, well, then there's red mark or here's
Like, if you're going to be corrupt, which every nation on earth is, then let everyone play the game.
It seems and be like business. There isn't a ton of information about business out there, and now intends on producing his own cigars. He also owns 10% of the RXF, which is basically like the Romanian UFC. Some of the fights, he and his brother Tristan do the English commentary.
I never dreamed I'd have that name called out at a fight show that I was commentating, Andrew.
Around 2017, Andrew decided to ramp up his social media presence, taking to YouTube to start sharing the very first video, Andrew Tate on gun control.
My name's Andrew Tate. I'm the most knowledgeable human.
Very first sentence set the tone for his YouTube career. He started posting vlogs to showcase his lifestyle, fast cars, women, traveling all over the world. But more notably, he started posting these short videos where he quickly speaks his mind on a variety of random topics. Why real men don't cry, alcohol, top 5 reasons for a cat. I believe you saw Tate upload a farce.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat. But have you achieved anything else in your life? Do you have any actual personality? Are you anything, or are you just a person who doesn't eat? And I hate this motherfucker. I know statistics. I do not like, and I will never, ever wear headphones in public. Down you are a target.
Some child is outside enjoying their life.
he's just joking or not. These YouTube videos were designed to drive traffic to his website, tateshinkai.net, where he sold a course on how to get girls, a course on how to get in shape, a course on chess, a course on body language, and even see if we move outside of the pointless rants and into more serious topics.
My problem with that gentleman is not that he was black. My problem with that gentleman is that he pulled a machete and tried to kill someone in broad daylight.
Think that you, as a person, can save the West and be more powerful than all the information Google, the internal forces will push America. Weak, humble piece of shit. Well, I don't want to be like you because you're a fucking loser.
What's interesting is that Andrew didn't talk much about women in relationships too much in the beginning of his YouTube career. Sure, but most of his videos focused on money, success, and to get there. However, these types of videos typically are associated with the YouTube pickup artist, the ladies' man. As time went on, Andrew's followers requested that he give advice on women, male and female roles, and how he's able to have success with women.
Girls run their mouth. I start beating the fuck out. I'm not even having sex. They love it more than ever. They like it more. The less sex you have with them, the better.
I have nothing to talk to women about besides either sleeping with them or yeah, that's it.
Bold statement opinions ruffled feathers. It was a lot of anti-women incels, but a lot didn't see the truth in his statements despite his bold delivery. He started getting more attention from YouTubers like Mr. Gigi and Leon Lush, making commentary videos about him. Comedian Tom Segura and his wife Christina P. would react to his videos very often on their podcast, with their reactions getting hundreds of thousands of views. However, that only helped him grow. Today, it costs $5,000 to get in. So who could possibly be in the network that would make it worth this much money? Well, there's author Bobby Dino and Iggy, master of spells and shadows. The war room in Miami looked like some powerful congregations. It's pretty unclear as to what they act. A country club? You get next to other people with money, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee you success. The biggest and most notable business he is associated with are the 15 casinos he opened up in Romania. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, his casinos closed down just 3 months after they opened.
So the first thing is I own some casinos. Three brothers, my
Sure what casinos they are, but just by a quick Google search, it seems like a ton are still closed in Romania. He's been paying rent, and they haven't been open for potentially 2 years. The pandemic impacted businesses around the world. Everyone was facing some serious financial pressure. So Andrew needed a way to come up with a new cash flow.
We teach about fast money. They the way you're always going to be poor.
Hustlers University and the Web seem to provide the same information as to how to make money online. The War Room just hosts meetings in the physical world and costs $5,000.
We help people get multiple passports and multiple residencies, multiple bank accounts, because I believe your number one priority should be getting any passports and residencies. Slave's absolutely coming to the world.
The university costs $50 per month and will teach you 18 modern wealth creation methods to get rich quick. These methods are so that you can escape the matrix.
So any form of oppression no longer applies to me. I can't be canceled. My finances are secure. I've escaped the matrix. And when I talk about the matrix, it primarily applies to men because men are the backbone.
In order to effectively liberate with people who already had followings and platforms, he shows up, talks shit, and promotes his course. So he does a media tour. Some key podcasts that helped him were the Fresh and Fit podcast, who are known as what is called the manosphere, which is the bills women raise culturally relevant of all podcast media tour. They absolutely obsessed over Tate, fawned over him. Now they're
So I know, just regarding you things on um, Andrew Tate, fresh and fit, they're no good, okay? Don't fucking follow. So just one side note there.
their biggest are with Andrew. Got adopted. Another one that helped a lot was your mother. We're laughing at Tate's joke and genuinely agree.
Intelligent. You're a robot. You better shut up. We talk about star signs. Oh yeah, I'm so glad. Tell me more about Sagittarius. I've had this argument with a feminist before. She's like, oh well, we've never tried matriarchies. We've only tried patriarchy. Hold on. I said, listen. Bitch.
They would have to be in the heart of Las Vegas to pull anywhere near $1 million per month. His course is more than likely his most successful business he has ever built. The course was all built on the idea of getting rich like him, and he was rich before, but $300 per month, $5 levels. Now he's, well, not exactly, but he did make a very key change in his approach that changed everything. He instructed the members of the War Room to blow him up on social media. This is how. He went on as many podcasts and talk shows as he possibly could. While he was there, he performed. He told his members to clip, they edit them up a little bit, make an Andrew Tate page on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever social media, and post the clips as if it was him posting. The clips constantly went viral because of how polarizing he is. Andrew has an official YouTube channel, it's not even a Twitter anymore. Some students have TikTok accounts with thousands of followers from simply clipping his podcast appearances. In the bio of their pages, they will have an affiliate link to the Hustlers University course. If someone signs up through their link, they get 10% of the first month sign-up fee, which is $5. So thousands of students are reposting his content, getting hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of views, absolutely flooding every algorithm on every social media with videos of him, making him insanely famous. Then when they get that attention, they use it to promote his course, in which they make $5 one time, and he makes $45, then $50 a month every month after. Literally, all these people are grinding for him for maybe a $5 sign up. And if nobody signs up, Andrew still benefits because his fame and relevance is skyrocketing. But like I said before, 110,000 signups, $5 million per month. His plan is working exactly the way he wanted it to.
And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Yeah.
The average amount of money the person makes in their first month is only $300. Doesn't matter. It costs you $50. To free.
So, now that I'm on the fence with him, I just haven't found the language to kind of, separate the good, the bad, the false, the truth, and all that stuff. So that's so far something I complain about this particular person. On a side note, I do think he's kind of done the capital thing on his own, without kind of, you know what I mean, free. So I think it's part of the problem. It happened before, you know, people kind of creep up and all that shit. You know? But, you know, but that makes sense. Like, I'm so tired at the moment. Physically fucking tired. But, whew. But, what's his dad's name again? Because, oh, MLK. That's how you spell his name. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's considering I look at his like,
Here he goes again with A6. It's not to keep the knight out at all. It's just a waiting game we're playing here. If I were, I would the A6, but it's not C7 and a pawn on B5 and fight back on the queen side. The whole time leaving this unresolved. So that could be what he had in mind, a long-term idea. But I don't think he has that kind of luxurious time. After D3, A6, it's a long-term plan to assail me on the C4 square. So, A6. Oh, by the way, don't tell anybody about knight A8. That's a secret. Close to know. The only thing that can be said is that his bishop knight finally got something to chew on. But at what cost? So, he wouldn't part with his good bishop. We've had the discussion of how valuable that bishop is. And now the half-bad bishop here has become fully bad. So, trading off his good bishop would be positional capitulation. As it turns out, he wanted to get rid of that knight so bad anyway. Oh well. It's not helping though. Now I start stretching out the diagonals toward the king with this move. Ah. And the threat of A7 is very powerful. He's got to weaken something. Oh, no, he doesn't. He refuses to weaken his pawn structure. I thought he would weaken the cover in front of the king. He wouldn't. Not right away. He says, I'm going to fight you like this. That pawn cluster would be quite useful in defending his king. And so if I trade, he takes back and the pawn cluster is okay. And that's when I finally decided. Frankly speaking, if he could play without this pawn, he probably would. He'd be like, I'd rather be down a pass pawn than to have this blockade that's about to occur. At least he would have a useful diagonal. But after my next move, I make sure he can't even gambit a pawn. I seal the position completely. And now, except for the rather feeble B5 shot, he's not going to be going far. The weakness of F6 precludes any kingside moves. I own the kingside. And I'm thinking I can play G4, G5 in some cases. But I'm going to be careful before I open up my king, no matter what. He is a grandmaster after all. So, after knight E4, Arjun came up with an idea, I think, to run his king away. Like they used to do in the old days. They'd take their king and they'd run it over here and hide it over here. So, but it's a long run. It's a marathon. But even before I can start running, though, there's a problem with this pawn over here. So, but he sees this impending G4, G5 nonsense coming. And break in with knight F6 check or do something on this pawn. I said, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just play bishop C1. I said, well, why play bishop C1 now and leave my rook languishing in the corner? Let's go ahead with a touch of class here, I decided. And this move just puts a nail in the coffin. This is classic overprotection from the school of Nimzovich. The E4 square is a very important square. Whereas my minor pieces are there, just putting a rook on that square overprotects the square. And in some cases, this rook gets up and over. And in fact, this rook really does a heck of a job.
I think you wanted to say something about the knight, you were saying?
Yeah, so maybe knight can take the pawn on F6.
Yeah, the sacrifice is in the air. I have to be careful when I do it. Because when I sacrifice, and then it opens up this position for some defense. So everything has to be calculated. If I sacrifice the knight now, for instance, without analyzing, we don't have to analyze. If I sacrifice the knight now, look how far away my bishop is from the king. And the knight's gone. I have the knight steal. This is very high-class defense, by the way, although it's a little comical. He's running, but we'll see how far he gets. Now, instead of the knee-jerk bishop c1 move, I said, hey, wait, this guy's smart. He's trying to get out of the field. I said, I'll send something a little heavier than a bishop. And I lift the rook. Because by putting the rook on g3, I can stop the king's run. I might sack the rook and take the clothes off that king. So rook e3 now is a very powerful move. And he went ahead with king e8. His plan is revealed. Smart guy, huh? So that rook g3, the king side comes together. Yeah. He stitches it together, and then the king can continue on its long-winded run. So I said, hey, this guy is smart. Okay. Like rook e3, king e8. I just waited. Bishop c1. I'm like, go ahead. Put your bishop back on f8 if you want. First of all, I'm not attacking the g-pawn. And there are probably many, many variations where you have to analyze this pawn breaking forward to deflect the bishop, even if it came to that kind of situation. If I were here. So to break the blockade, right now, without provocation, is unnecessary. I repeat, to break the blockade right now, without provocation. So, bishop c1, and this is when he played queen a5. A desperate-looking move. It is desperate. He's hitting my a-pawn. But, let's be honest, he's really making room for that king. He hasn't given up his idea. 3 or 4 more moves, he might get out of this mess. And the queen was impeding the king's egress. Telegraph. Oh, it's for the newspaper, the London Telegraph. The arts. It says, I'll read the whole thing, it's not long. The world champion, Vladimir Kramnik, can make $1 million as he plays Emery Tate. No. as he takes on the chess playing program Deep Fritz for a second time in a 6-game match to be held from November 25th to December 5th at the German National Art and Exhibition Hall in Bonn. Kramnik's start money will be $500,000, and a match victory will double that. Deep Fritz has built the world's strongest chess program, and Kramnik battled to a draw in a match in Bahrain in 2002. Your correspondent, that's Malcolm Payne, your correspondent was technical director for the first half of that match. And the feeling was then that Kramnik should have won. He was 3-1 ahead, but tired in the second half. However, since then, Kramnik has had health problems struck the phase. I don't know that he just although the computer units can't appreciate it. Bishop takes h6 x clamp. And he says also the queen sack thing. That's if he took on a2 though. Would he really take on a2? No. But after this he's compelled to take action. And now check. And I put his king in a horrible discovery. Boom. And by the way, his flight is cut short. Out of town. He was trying to get to c7, the magic square, to get to the safe haven. But the knight prevents that. And he has to stay out here like the rest of us stranded passengers. And he lives right there into the discovery. So yeah, he never made it. So, but on 94 check, as I said, he can just go back to e8 instead of trying to run. And then press ahead with the attack. I would have to repeat the position. Check. Yeah. But this phase of the game is by no means easy. And this is one of my longest calculations of the game just before I sacrificed. And I found that check's going to hit that lose my 4 check. King F.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah. This is the World Chess Championship. That's what I want to do.
Chessboard in miniature reflects a major conflict of two intellects. Chess is a psychological game. It's a psychological warfare, and that's why the conflict is built in. It's about beating your opponent to some extent, is imposing your will on him. If we are talking about the top professional players, it's evident that the character is shown in the games. My chess style is aggressive. I'm very competitive. I feel that I have to win if I'm involved in the battle. When it goes to the hard fight, so I know that I have to forget all the feelings and you know, I have to mobilize everything and ignore the personality opposite me and just to call it enemy, quote unquote. But you know, an enemy without any characteristics. You have to win, you have to destroy it. It, not even him and her, it.
Sometimes he makes some faces, he reacts sometimes in a strange way. When I make a move, he can make strange face, so like he didn't expect the move. But okay, and many opponents, they actually start probably they made the move because he didn't expect further around. I'm happy because then I think that he missed this move. That this is a very strong move and he missed it, so I'm happy. No, okay, I'm half joking. Generally, I don't pay any attention on it. So
he likes to smell the fear. And there is always this extra tension when playing him. If you can control this, if you're not afraid of him, it's a very big advantage.
Many players are complaining that, you know, you must see a lot of things, but because I live my own life, you know, personally, I do not mind what they're doing because I established what they're doing. I mean, so that's why my personal, you know, feelings, my world state of mind are far more important than anything else.
I think there is always this aura about world, you know, all laurels give champion. The world champion is like an emperor in chess.
It's very fair to others, but well, I would say that he deserved that we don't complain about, because okay, he's a great player, and as far as I can tell you, as far as he plays chess so well, everybody would say it's okay, it's no problem. Maybe once if he lose his title, everybody says, oh, come on, this guy is so arrogant. I mean, this is impossible. How can he behave like this? He's not a world champion. But as far as he's a world champion, he understands also, I think himself, that people would forgive it.
Winner of the tournament once again this year with an impressive score of 9.5 points, 13, Kasparov has proved to everyone that he's still the best. The prize-giving ceremony seems somewhat modest, at least. How could anyone forget 90 Kasparov, then aged 22, became the youngest world chess champion in history? He beat Karpov in a match lasting several months. The event made the headlines all over the world. It was the era of the Cold War, and the chess players symbolized the intellect of the two blocks. Having just been discovered by the general public, chess was at the height of its popularity in the press. Since the fall of communism, the World Chess Championships no longer attract the attention of the media. Only Kasparov's defeat against 1997 thrust the world of chess back into the limelight. Kasparov's real achievement, more than having become world champion, is to have held on to the title for 15 years. An unbelievably long, a quiet reign following the coronation. A discreet reign, a reign which, to hear him, is by no means over.
So far, I don't want to think about the moment when career ends. The key moment is to realize that you cannot fight for the title. So far, I don't see anyone who could take the title from me unless, you know, I'm destroying myself.
Kasparov cannot resign himself to seeing chess slip back into obscurity. For the past 15 years, he has done everything in his power to give chess a professional status. His dream is to see it become as popular as tennis and receive as much media coverage. He was the first chess player to hire an agent. Former member of the Davis Cup Organization Committee, now works exclusively for Kasparov.
He pays no attention. He pays no attention to me at all. Okay.
So,
I'm planning at the moment for you to be in LA 3 days. Be the Simul on the 28th, the big dinner for the charity for men and you meet all the royal dues. We'll know next week for sure.
so this is if it's Brighton here, then my idea was then I go to Zurich to see William, and then I go to Geneva. So that could be one trip.
Oh yes, I've got that. Lisbon, this is the details of Lisbon. It's a big chess festival from the 13th to the 21st. There's a bank sponsoring it. At 3 p.m. they want to do a press conference. followed immediately by a simul against 30 kids,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 20 years of age. Sign autographs afterwards and visit chess center and home. Usual fee plus all expenses.
So
right,
now, 19th here, we don't have time.
Yeah.
No, we don't have time. This is too
tight.
Too tight.
But I think the TV media thing will fit in there very nicely.
Yeah.
To
So what
go,
here is I'm facing a major problem at home. 28th October.
So it's Vadim's birthday. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I understand, but
don't get me in the middle of that.
no. It will be my responsibility. Yeah.
Okay. There is no way that Gary thinks in his life in the same way as chess. In chess, he's very, very orderly. He's a genius. He's a genius on a chessboard. In his life, he's much more human. He won't like to hear me say this, but he makes mistakes. He has many different things. He's not. He'll admit to you that he's not a good businessman.
Chess is a very complicated game, but it's not as complicated as life. That's why the strategies that are successful in chess, being implied in life, are not as successful. So that's why, for me, it's very important to recognize intelligence for daily life or for
he carries the disciplines of the chessboard in.
Really, that's
he likes what he's doing, what time, what place. He likes to be informed, and like many people, he likes to be ahead of the game. Gary doesn't like to be surprised. You keep saying that your home isn't it?
That's a figure. That's a figure of speech. It's not meant.
Officially, Kasparov lives in Moscow. In reality, he spends 7 months of the year abroad. He's the only player today to personify the game to the general public. If he's to continue to enjoy this status, he must travel constantly all around the world, attending one event after another. Star for a day in Besançon, the best player of all time, the living legend of the Game of Kings, Kasparov has come to real fans, the chess club members.
Le grand champion du monde, Garry Kasparov. C'est possible de demander simultané que
No autographs during the match. No people rushing here.
Here, in return for a fee, Kasparov participates in a spectacular exercise practiced by all world champions. It involves playing several games simultaneously. Each of his 25 opponents, who have had to practice for weeks, can hope to play a game of his or her life, and if not achieve victory, at least tie with the champion.
I told shit incorrect. Illuminati triangle. Okay. Sydney is 10:13 p.m. I'm fucking tired. I can't do this. I think the natural laws of the human body is fucking. Over time, I don't think I'll be able to make it a couple more hours in the night. But what I'm gonna do is make myself a coffee and watch end this live stream. I'm watching Final Watch Accident. I think I'm a good video. So, alright, okay. So we've got a video here. Get this to yeah, this thing. I'll ramp more. Oh, God, I'm fucking aging like a fire. Ooh. Right. Appreciate my beard for the moment. Fucking coffee. And I do have to apologize to Nescafe or Nestle. They want to own the rainwater. And yes, there's parts of the country that fucking add that to the screen.
What the fuck, dude? Dude, it's aiming.
Holy!
Oh, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Okay, I'm switching it off. Whoever you are, wherever you're doing, best wishes for 2023. Your higher power, God particle, being bless you. Find life, get drunk, have sex, repeat, experience new things, grow a beard if you can, don't sell your soul, the devil exists, and all that fun China stuff, okay? Ooh.